GNS scientists think they've tracked down the source of a huge raft of pumice drifting towards New Zealand to a volcano which may have erupted for the first time ever. Now that means there's likely to be another volcanically active site within New Zealand waters. Well, Cornell Durand is a principal scientist at GNS Science and joins us now. Good morning.
Good morning.
Whereabouts is this volcano?
This volcano is located approximately 75 kilometres southwest of Curtis Island, and that's the southernmost of the three islands that make up the Kermadec Islands.
And so how far is it from the raft of pumice that's been detected on the surface?
Oh, it's several hundred kilometres now, and I guess what happens once these things erupt, and pumice being so light, it just gets on the surface of the ocean and gets taken away with the prevailing currents.
Now, how did you track down this volcano?
Well, we didn't really. What's happened is that our French colleagues in the geophysical laboratory in Tahiti, once they've heard about all these rafts of pumice, we've been liaising with them, and they went back through the satellite data, but moreover, they looked at their seismic records. Now, in the satellite data, you can just see where it is today, and then you can go back a day earlier and so on until you stop seeing it. And that brought them to this location, as what I described previously. Then when they looked in their geophysical records, because they monitor earthquakes in the southwest Pacific area, they saw on the July 17th and 18th, there was some there was a number, 157 events of sort of earthquakes with magnitudes between 3.0 and 4.8. And they occurred within Kui of the first sighting of the pumice rafts. And then we went to our database and we had a look what was there, and that's this particular volcano known as the Havre volcano.
Now, obviously everyone knows New Zealand is in a very seismic an active area and volcanically active. Is this a particular cause of extra concern or not?
No, not really. I mean, they're pretty deep, these volcanoes. We've surveyed this volcano at least once, and it's a caldera volcano, like White Island, if you like, and a little bit bigger than that. And I think it sits, if I remember rightly, about 1,100 metres of water, something like that. And so at these sorts of depths, no, those eruptions are unlikely to affect anybody here in New Zealand.
And pumice, is that the extent of the sort of material that might be emitted and make its way to the surface?
And with regards to the surface, yes, there could be an ash component, something like that, but all the heavier materials, the lavas and so on, they will never make it to the surface.
All right. Well, thank you very much for joining us this morning and explaining that to us. That's Cornell Durand. He's a principal scientist at GNS Science.